Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Galactic Civilizations 3. I'm Hunter Black Luna, and I am hype as fuck for this. So let's get straight to it. The first voiced over Let's Play that I ever did of any kind was Galactic Civilizations 2. We did a huge campaign. I had a lot of fun. There were, it was a continual learning process. One moment. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Also, the old me wouldn't have stopped to check that. Okay, so we could do all these things. I've seen people play just a bit of the game, and I played the previous game, which means we're clearly clear to just head straight into a campaign. Why do I remember there being more? My god, you're creepy. Literally the satellites. You'll remember all these guys from previous... That's interesting. I wonder... Where's the Torians? I actually plan to play as the Torian Confederation this time because of... Are they not present? I'd rather do... That's weird. One moment. Anywho, after some fiddling, I did the best I could. They don't have a Torian leader thing. I don't know why. So I just went through and I'm like, which one should I pick? This one kinda looks like, the last Hydral. So we're doing a last Federation thing with the leader, but and I kinda tried to make them like how they were. Most important things, their ability in Twilight of the Arnor was super breeders, so they get fertile +2, dense +1 because their ships have water carried on them, and water is heavier than air, so they have just more mass. They're militant, which they learned from the Drengen. And yeah, Drengen is how you say it. I'm never gonna get fully used to that. They're not very good traders because, diplomacy. They are brutal in their attacks. I hear planetary invasion is a snap, but this one just seems to fit. And organized. Logistics was a big one with them. So this kind of fits how they were in Gal Civ 2, and they've kind of got the tech tree and the homeworld of a minor race, because that's kind of all I could do. I even set out the flavor text, and the style of their ships is in Drengen style, because they didn't have their own style, and I'm like, of the presets, it kind of makes sense that they would like steal the Drengen type, so we'll be good guys using Drengen ship design, so that's kind of the plan. Man, I had this plan. You could tell I really didn't have a look at this game before, because I just didn't... Oh, man. Oh, it is tempting to go to excessive, but I don't think that's a good idea. The thing is, I don't actually know what the scale will be of this. I could, check. I don't know. Tight clusters, perhaps? Loose clusters will be the most even. We'll do loose clusters. And with all these things, I don't really have a reason to change. Considering I'm not entirely sure what things do, we obviously want conquest. Turn limit. I don't think we'll be needing that one. Otherwise, honestly, I think we could manage all these. We're not going to be going for some of these. The difficulty of the galaxy, we are going to ask for challenging with, all this stuff seems... We are going to go for the rare minor race, because, disabled tech trading, that would be interesting. And... Oh, you can set teams and whatnot. Yeah, everyone's set to gifted. I'm gonna fucking die. I kinda don't want to add random opponents, because we might get something weird like 4 of the same species. I want everybody. I want everybody in. I don't want to not see some of the content. Alright, everything seemed well. The galaxy is certainly big enough, let's put it that way. I customized this as a little start screen that I like. I'm sure there's mods out already to add the Torians. The frame rate may become an issue. It's just 20 frames is like the bare tolerable minimum. Really, the only issue so far I can see is that I asked the game to put lots of lights on my ships, which was probably about the dumbest thing I could have done. And they'll all have, you know, evil names because we picked from the Drengen. Anyhow, you can tell it's we're going not grids anymore, it's hexes to allow for more depth. Sounds good to me. And really, you know, things have changed, and yet things have stayed the same. Looks like we're islanded in a stream of stars. Where's the... there we go. So, yeah, I determined the galaxy was probably big enough for our purposes. I really hope that doesn't show up on the recording. Ooh, that's gonna be Aki's. We will meet our neighbors quickly. We're kind of still in this little fucking pocket here with nothing. That's interesting. Nothing for miles. The mouse scroll speed is a little awkward. It's tough to get things kind of sorted, but here we are. Anyone familiar with Galactic Civilizations 2 will kind of know the deal. Our starting Explorer flagship does, however, start with guns on it, which is nice. So we can rotate around and have a look at this thing. It looks like a... yeah, that's a ton of lights. It looked good in the menu. Let's just get started, shall we? Technology... I don't know, better engines and stuff on a map this size. It can't be a bad decision. So we're going to start with research. We're going to head to our home planet of Toria, which is just the generic minor race planet, which is pretty good. Perfect fortification against just any kind of attack. Good. Really, the first thing I always tend to build is a ton of factories. Start plopping. At least 3 before we even consider doing anything else. And because this is Gal Civ, we are gonna rush it. I kinda wish it showed the... I kinda wish it showed the cost of doing that. You can see it barely made a dent in our treasury, but it's gonna make a huge long-term impact. And ship production is actually done in shipyards now, which is nice. All our ships just... oh, we can change the class names. We should probably fiddle with this a bit. I absolutely love the ship designer thing, so that will be nice. So here we are on the designer screen. One of the things that made me fall in love with Galactic Civilization, so let's real quick whip up a totally new ship from scratch. I am hyped for this. This is the first thing. We're gonna do a standard cargo starter, and look at the Drengen transport, Drengen colony. I don't see any difference at all. It looks like they all have the standard. Yeah, look, the stats are all totally identical. And of course, we could just start with a random. I think for our starting colony class, we're just gonna go with the. Yeah, this is gonna be the me fiddling with design things hour. I think we'll go with the carrier because it looks so freaking badass. Although that will diminish the badassness when we actually get carrier. Yeah, we'll do. Let's try the carrier. Alright, design mode. What am I doing? We could. Oh, I could spend days. I could absolutely spend days on this. Probably shouldn't. Colony module. Multiple of these are good to have, right? Or is that not so true anymore? I wonder. Not the colony module here. It looks like it's almost not possible for us to. Oh, it's still. Weirdness still happens. Let's try not to. Lights might be a bit overbearing. That's something to consider while we still have a. I'll just be cheesy and put it in here. Now, did that actually give us anything? It looks like we did in fact get double colony. The only problem is can the ship move? Does it start with a default? It starts with a default move, but alright, I restarted, and the sole thing I did was to do this. And we ended up with some interesting new conditions, but that is not what we're here to talk about right now. I'm thinking the double colony module is probably a bad idea. It's probably just a bad. Though I am interested how they manage the double colony module. I guess one of those is aesthetic or something. Because when we just straight up make a new design and we do Drengen, I'm probably gonna fuck them. They're the fuck 'em people. They're evil anyhow. Because one colony module accounts for. I'm guessing the cargo range is what determines this kind of stuff, yeah. Seems like a decent place for it, I suppose. We could. I mean, this doesn't bear much thinking, considering we can just change. We can just do things better. Oh no, it's not symmetrical. Oh, you can hit delete and just make it delete. Cool. I'm gonna fiddle a bit. It automatically makes them symmetrical. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Except here. Doesn't do it there. Probably because it can't. Can I just... Have you become inseparably linked or something, or... That's interesting. It is... The hull is just straight up different there. I wonder what's causing that. Not that it matters a great deal. Notice the scale is up on these, and I could probably tell it to like animate engine stuff in the back. Or I could tell it to animate, I could tell it to... That's just so cool. Probably won't, because I'll make something silly. We can't have silliness. Honestly, I'm just gonna put engines on this thing and... like one support... Support modules don't even take up that much space, so we can just put the support module here. It's just a tiny little thing. I guess some sensors too, I mean... I don't know. Would that be useful? We just wanted to have engines. We just wanted to go. I remember really enjoying the ability to just go in the previous game. Too close to the colonists? Probably. This is the kind of thing I think about. I really enjoy the design. And this is just the most basic thing imaginable. There we go. Looking splendid. I wonder, is there anything we can fit on that it will... We're approaching something between a mix of the SSV Normandy and the precursor flagship from Star Control, and that is fucking awesome. I love it. I even added this extra little bit here that isn't actually an engine. It's just like a little nacelle pylon thing, and I had some cargo. I think this looks awesome for a starter colony ship, but we really shouldn't put too much effort into it. Let's put it this way. Options, yeah, that's fine. Kind of done with you. I'm guessing we'll be able to change the name when we tell it to save. Yeah, that's how it used to be. Alright, I retooled our design a little already. The universe is too freaking big. Yes, there was no... We're not gonna make it a Mark II, but I had to remove the engines off the poor thing. Basically, I gave it less sensor range in exchange for more regular range, because if you look at the star map, let's take the range of our standard colony ship. Our standard colony ship can get to precisely 3 places at all. So we need new things. And honestly, I'd really just send ships to each of these 3 things in turn to check out whether or not they're legit, whether or not they'd be useful. So I think that's going to be the initial plan. You know, I might want to set up our Explorer to be in an autopilot, but for right now we're going to send our colony ship that I've named the Starward Bound in this direction. Ooh, it's going to be hard to see our ships on the map. Oh well, it was kind of that way in the Terran campaign. So it's going to be slow, it's going to slow boat there. The Independence we want to send further out to go see things and explore. And the Traveler will head in this direction. And that looks like... That looks like a plan, maybe? What am I forgetting? I can't shake the feeling. Ship construction. I think that's what we wanted. Honestly, it doesn't feel like colony ships are going to be that much of a priority compared to a regular starbase constructor. Behold, the most needlessly threatening looking starbase constructor that I have ever seen. There's something to be said for a game in which your basic boring utility craft will look unnecessarily badass all the time. It'll be fun to actually try to make warships that even possibly match up to this. Basically, these are as good as the stock designs. I can't really... I'm just trading sensor power for range, which I think is way more important in this situation. Do the Smith one. And bam, it's a little ship. It's also asymmetrical because, well, I don't have to give a crap. This ain't Kerbal Space Program. That would be the best. I want a Kerbal Space Program, but with guns and missiles and battles and stuff. It's probably already happening. Anyhow, this is a really fragmented recording, but it's probably better that way. I'd like a Starbase Constructor, please. They're queued up. 30. We're gonna get some factories going. It won't actually take 30 actual, literal, actual cash, 10 actual cash dollars to do this. We will find a way. I better keep this oriented, quote-unquote, correctly. Or else things are gonna get annoying. Alright. I still can't escape the feeling that we just haven't done something important. We haven't met anybody. Oh! That does remind me of the special stipulation I'm going to apply to this playthrough, which is when we meet the Torians, we have to declare war on them immediately and never stop. We can't take a peace with the Torians, we can't do a truce. Even if it leads to our destruction because we're foolishly charging into war, we can never not be at war with the Torians until either they or us have been wiped out. It seems appropriate, and it adds a dimension of foolhardy charging into danger that I completely approve of. Oh my god, that's the first turn. What am I missing? What am I missing? Alright, I can't say anything else, so turn go. And nothing exploded. In the second week of our journey, we're gonna send our scout ship ahead. Class 10 Lush. Class 10 is like Earth, sort of. Class 10 is good. We are going to immediately divert because we know there's something there. We're going to readjust the mission so that the Traveler moves in that direction. The Independence will continue moving in this direction. Nice. Nice discovery at Scholar. I'll name the colony something noble and good. Okay, so from rushing that factory, which did happen to have a production boosting thing on it, that is a consequence of us reloading. And just rush the next factory. Obviously we want some of these things as well. Can you have multiple shipyards? Like if a planet can handle it? That'd be interesting. I wonder if going through asteroids is hazardous in this game. Anyway, if we get this new colony, we should be able to reach out to this area, maybe? We'll see. The turns go by pretty quick at first when we haven't met anybody else who's trying to kill us. Really, we could just tell the autopilot to progress here. Head straight for it. It's gonna be a while. I like that it tells you how many turns it takes. Heroes of Might and Magic, old series did that, where it told you the number of turns that it would take to carry out your, your move order, It was good stuff. Keep burning factories. Because it's really important to me. Smith, 17 turns. Let's just burn some early turns, see what we get. Maybe we'll get a moral dilemma from our new colony. Next turn. Next turn, my friend. You're ours. Now, if I hit the turn button, let's keep... We burned through like a fifth of our cash, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be really, really worth it. Oh man, this was the good course for once. For once, I'm reasonably confident about what we're doing. Duratanium. Dead worlds. I wonder, can we like survey? Yeah, this system has nothing. Can we survey asteroids, or will he just damage us? Anyhow, we have the place for our first starbase to go, which will hopefully also extend our range. I'm not 100% on how things work, but I am 100% on new colonies. We will name the first colony of the Torian Confederation after slipping loose the bonds of our slavery. Freedom. Let's keep it nice and basic for the first one. After so long, this galaxy is filled with worlds for the taking. I love these tiny little cutscenes, and they actually play with a better frame rate than the actual game itself. Uh-oh. What? I'm gonna let you pause to read this and mull this over for a moment. Gotta admit, I lean towards pragmatic, and really, I feel like a mix of benevolent and pragmatic will work well for the Torians, because they kind of got that edgy feel to them, and a little malevolent, but for right now, even though we're not set up for research, we will take the pragmatic view of things. It's not likely... It's not likely that those things are intelligent, but do the study, and don't just sell them all. Now for a new colony, we will especially want to burn through some more factories. Class 10. We have to decide what this colony will do. And given the research boost, I don't know, I feel like just building tons of research labs will be the way to go. Like if we just do that. Having 2 planets feels pretty good, I gotta admit. +2 to wealth. We don't have like a bank or anything yet, which is unfortunate. +1 to research. I guess let's take advantage of the thing at least. And basic factory. Yeah, one more. They are not that expensive, and the benefits just... Our economy is still doing fine. It's 8 per turn. We're still plus 50% gross income. That's interesting. In any case, we have expanded our civilization's range. I wonder... Alright, now we're talking. Now we're in business. Let's try and get over here and see what we can see. Tell the Independents to plot a course down here. There's our little scout. Thing is, our scouts will need super range if they're going to get anything done, to put it that way. How are we doing on the ship? I guess I'm okay with this start so far. Alright. We have an ideological choice to make. Due to our pragmatic approach, we have 1 point. These ideological things are really cool. In the last game, they implemented the moral thing, but it was mostly, you know, what you did in the moment and what the benefit was, rather than this, which is like you being something gives you the benefit. And obviously we have benevolence, malevolence, pragmatism. I'm thinking a mixture of these two with a bit of malevolence, some aggression. Sounds like we could have had a frigate class ship right away, or another fully loaded colony ship right away. That's strong. 3 free constructors. Also very strong, and also very in keeping with the Torians. That's really neat. However, you will note we can build a thing which produces an ideology point, so instead of relying on decisions, we can start like a morality engine. And some of this sounds like a lot of fun. So I think the thing is, we haven't met anybody yet, so these ones are cool, but not really. I think we're gonna do the long-term thing rather than the boost. We are gonna get Vigilant 1 prepared. So let's just build a preparedness center so that we can prepare our preparations. And preparedness center. Boost planetary defense. Bonus to adjacent improvements, military and approval. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll build it on the homeworld. Let's get started on... Oh, I can click and drag. It's so good. Alright, we'll do another factory after this one, then the preparedness center. Looks like everything has moved. I think we're getting close to the end of the first episode. This is farther than I normally get in these games, where I'm tempted to take forever because I'm nervous and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do here. Let's continue to burn out factories. Most definitely. We might even want more factories, and then we build the labs, and then we kind of replace the factories with labs, you know, something like that. And of course, we could get just a preparedness center immediately. I don't think it's... Okay, it's strong. Cancel one of these for basic factory, move it up. Just so it doesn't take forever. Apologies for any noises you might hear in the background. You know, there could be anomalies anywhere in this aerospace. There probably is, everywhere. Yeah, we got noises in the background, so this might be a great time to stop here. We have our first new world. We're on our way to Viridian City. I don't know, I'm tired, but I'm super hyped for this game. Torians, Galciv 3. Took me a month, but I'm doing it. See you guys next time.